Are black conservatives heroes or hypocrites?
Black conservatives are everywhere.
That's why I'm here to show my support as a black man for Trump.
Pollsters can't get enough of them.
The historic levels of support the Republicans are getting from black folk under Trump.
Donald Trump is cozying up to them.
Come here, let me give you a
And the RNC was full of them.
President Trump, we have the greatest economy in our lifetime.
America is not a racist country.
Can you imagine?
Whoa. He must be drinking a little bit too much of that conservative juice. And Trump has done an amazing job of straddling the fence. This idea that Trump would enter into the White House, and let me be clear, I voted for him because Kamala was not an option at all. And to be honest with you, certain policies I stood by, and then he did deliver on. But he has been compromised severely via the Epstein files and via this new revelation that the FBI allowed for a individual who was in the Israeli government to flee back to Israel after being charged with solicitation of a minor. And this is why this allegiance to either party, Democrat or Republican, is highly detrimental and destructive to the overall health of the American society. Both of these parties are married to their rich donors, are married to the military industrial complex, are married to the elite that fund them and the lobbyists from the different countries and companies that pay off our Congress. Our United States government has been captured. We are not living in a free society. We live in a society that has freedom. And even if the Congress wasn't captured and the presidency wasn't captured, no matter who's the president, we would still live in a country that gives you freedoms. You are not free. No one lives in a free society. Allow us to understand that. However, even with that being the case, the problem exists with those of us who are at the middle class and below. The problem exists that you and I end up aligning ourselves into a particular, I'm conservative, I'm liberal. And those who run as your politicians on each side of these warring gangs, political gangs, they know how to manipulate and to usher in that fear, that anger, that aggression towards one another, that they continue to become wealthy while the society continues to collapse underneath it. And again, Trump has been very slick in straddling the fence. He has done some amazing things that are bringing jobs and creating jobs in America. He has done some things securing the border. He has done some positive things, but he has also engaged in some negative things, some highly negative things, such as creating a database where this private company called Palantir is able to collect all the data of all Americans and use it as a surveillance system. So he engaged in that, but he says that he wants to make America great. He says that America first. He says that he wants to be in a free society, that Kamala was a communist. This sounds like a communist move to me, for you to gather all the data of the American people through a company called Palantir, whose founder Peter Thiel and CEO Alex something. Listen to these individuals talk. They are anti-human, and they are pro-control, and they are pro-elite. And this company was tied together and funded in its initial state through the CIA. So again, Trump has engaged in the straddling of fences. He too is about government control, even though he ran on the promise that smaller government, better government. They have just shifted the way that they implement that government control. And this has to be understood. And this is why these individuals who stand up so proudly, these black conservatives, say, I'm a conservative, I stand for X, Y, and Z. Jesus is my Lord and Savior. They act as if they stand on a moral ground higher than those extreme liberals on the left. Both of these ideologies, on the right and on the left, neither one of these ideologies can bring about a civil society, can bring about a prosperous society. Both of them have their innate flaws, and those who run at the top of these parties, those congressmen, those senators, the president, and their administration, all these individuals are still beholding to the deep state that Trump vowed to do away with. He's actually in bed with the deep state, especially when it concerns Israel and Israeli control over our government. Allow us to listen to some more of these black individuals extol how great it is to be a conservative. And again, I say both of these political parties and both of these people, all these people on each side of these extreme equations are only causing more chaos and chaotic situations that keep the American people as a whole at the bottom, and the elites continue to use their inner fighting and extort our money and redistribute wealth upward instead of allowing wealth to play out as it should play out across the board for all Americans. And this is why I have an issue with Trump as of now. He has been compromised. Allow these individuals to continue their rhetoric.
Imagine President Donald Trump coming to a city, calling a pastor like me.
You've probably heard a lot of people talking about Black Republicans, but I spent all of the RNC talking to Black Republicans.
So it is with being a Black conservative. I equate it to being gay back in the 50s or 60s. You didn't come out the closet then.
And so you look at the people who really saying that about Trump. It's not no uppity Negroes. It's Negroes out the real hood.
And that's one reason why I'm pro-Trump and I'm a conservative, is because I truly believe in the individualistic approach to the problems that we see within the Black community or in America as a whole.
Black Republicans specifically are some of the most disliked and unpopular political figures within the Black community for a reason.
I'm pissed.
Of the 4 Black Republicans in the U.S. House of Representatives, zero represent majority Black districts.
I am royally pissed.
In fact, they all represent majority white districts, something they seem to be very proud of.
South Carolina is majority white, correct? Yeah, it's gorgeous. My district is majority white district. Your Utah is majority white district, correct? Michigan, really. Florida, is your district majority white district? Well, how do we get here?
Like, a lot of white people had to vote for it.
There is an obvious disconnect, and that's what I want to explore today. I wanted to know what draws a Black person to identify with this Republican Party.
Trump has been for Black people, regardless of what the media say, for a long time.
The Bible say we perish through a lack of knowledge, right? So until you teach the people, that's the only way they're gonna learn. So it's our job, me especially as a Black conservative, to get out there.
And this is a big issue right here. This use of this Bible as if the Bible has done anything, anyway, to benefit Black people in America. If I must remind these conservatives, and again, I voted for Trump, but I see him for what he is as of now. And again, in no way, shape, or form would I ever vote for Kamala or any Democrat that doesn't know the difference between a male and a female, a man and a woman, who would argue to put into schools of children 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, sexual explicit type of material as it regards LGBTQ plus, all those things into the mind of a young child. So in no way, shape, or form would I ever vote for that type of individual. But with that being the case, you leave very little option for those of us who are not tied or married to any false or any man-made religious ideology that tells you X, Y, and Z, and that aligns more with a conservative type of, or any liberal ideology, who don't know the difference between male and female, or say they don't, who didn't, or who didn't care about opening the border and allowing individuals to cross the country without being the right way, with breaking the law. So again, when you hear these individuals, they quote the Bible and they quote these things and it makes no sense. At the end of the day, again, these two parties are detrimental to the growth, any real growth in this American society. Allow us to listen to him continue, all right? Let me exit the screen. Allow me to bring him back up top.
Get on the ground and teach these people all about the black conservative movement. And when you look at the movement now, especially right now, we speaking, baby.
I learned a lot about Black Republicans in these conversations, their motivations, their stories, their goals.
All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Tell me what you think about the black liberal versus the black Republican conservative. I think both of them are lost. I think that the white liberal and the white conservative as well are lost. But I can understand why white people would be a certain way when it comes to religion and Christianity. They have prospered. The majority, I ain't gonna say the majority, the race as a collective, even though that you do have white individuals who are suffering, no doubt about it. The race as a collective conquered 3/4 of the earth under the name and under the banner of the man-made religion, Christianity. And blacks in America, you suffered under that banner for 250 years of slavery, 100 years of Jim Crow, the 1960s FBI COINTELPRO, the 1980s war on drugs when they allowed the CIA via the Iran-Contra scandal to do what they did, flood the inner cities with drugs. So I cannot really understand why you would claim such a thing, but I understand. Have a beautiful day. Sending you peace, love, peace.